They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Herbert running left off the option. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The Chargers at 5-4 now on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Past the 20. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, oh, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's not going anywhere to start tonight. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mahomes. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? It's who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night. Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Another run here with Dobbins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And some room to work. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
On 2nd down, Clifton, room here to run. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
They'll run with Dobbins. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Touchdown! Hayden Hurst, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Garibay on to attempt the point after. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
And Mahomes going to run again. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but It shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. This is taken at the 23. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Here's Herbert. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught at the 20. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big play there for L.A. And even 50 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. This guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 1st down, it's Herbert. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Herbert. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On for the field goal try, Jonathan Garibay. Garibay's kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Chargers are in great shape here as they take over at the 36-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. And some room to run now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 70 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Interesting, he told us that he likes to run right more than left, but there he looked pretty comfortable going left for a big gain, Charles.
Kind of like a basketball player who has a dominant side that he dribbles to. But the ability to cross that over, change it up, and break a tendency can often lead to great results, as we just saw there.
Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Rolling to his right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Oh, look at this play call. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
No doubt about it. Really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. To throw, it's Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 39. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
1st down, Chiefs.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 23. And here's a handoff out of the gun. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mahomes throwing for his running back, and he's got him, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, 6th overall. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert. That is taken in by Hurst. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Again, that's Hurst. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before the break for Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is going to be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mahomes going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion. And that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 85 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Here's the option going left on second down. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. He has enough for the first down, and the keeper a gain of 6.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down at the 31. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just past the 35. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter. But now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
From the 41, Mahomes.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Chiefs 14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights? That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on it. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
Now 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
On the move, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The veteran Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Here's a give to Dobbins running right.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
98 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's going to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Now the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. To the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down. Garabay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves, let's get back out there and move the ball again?
And is it different when you get stopped on 4th versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a 4th down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a 4th down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
And Mahomes is going to keep it. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Chiefs 21.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Going for the deep ball.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Now Mahomes got to have this one.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Dobbins trying the left side.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.